Throughout the ages, the Stoics were renowned for their profound understanding of human nature, delving deep into the psychology that governs our thoughts, emotions, and actions. Among their many insights, the Stoics dedicated significant attention to understanding the complex and fascinating psychology of women. Their wisdom teaches us that by unraveling these intricacies, we can better appreciate the dynamics of human behavior, especially in the context of relationships. In today's episode, we're going to explore 7 mind-blowing psychological facts about women's behavior that will truly shock you. These insights are not just interesting tidbits, they offer a deeper understanding of how women think, feel, and act in different scenarios. Whether you're looking to improve your relationships, enhance your connection with the women in your life, or simply broaden your knowledge, these facts will give you a new perspective. Before we dive in, make sure to watch this video until the end so you don't miss any of these fascinating revelations. And if you find these insights valuable, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share your own experiences in the comments below. Let's get started. Chapter 1: The complex structure of the clitoris. One of the most fascinating and often misunderstood aspects of female anatomy is the clitoris, a small yet extraordinarily complex structure that plays a central role in sexual pleasure. While many people are aware of its existence, the depth of its complexity and the extent of its significance are not widely recognized. The clitoris is far more than just a tiny external organ. It is a vast and intricate network of nerves and tissues that extends deep into the female body, making it one of the most important centers for sexual sensation and arousal. Contrary to popular belief, the visible part of the clitoris is merely the tip of the iceberg. The clitoris is composed of a much larger structure that includes internal components extending several inches inside the body. These internal parts, including the crura, which are long, wing-like structures that extend along the vaginal walls, and the bulbs of the vestibule, are highly sensitive and contribute to sexual pleasure in ways that are still being explored by science. This intricate anatomy is a primary reason why clitoral stimulation is so crucial for many women to achieve orgasm, as it engages not just the external portion, but the entire clitoral network. The clitoris is endowed with approximately 8,000 nerve endings, more than double the number found in the glands of the penis. This extraordinary concentration of nerve endings makes the clitoris the most sensitive part of the female body, capable of producing intense and varied sensations. However, this sensitivity also means that clitoral stimulation requires a delicate and thoughtful approach. What might be pleasurable for one woman could be uncomfortable or even painful for another, highlighting the importance of personalized and mindful sexual interactions. In relationships, the significance of the clitoris is often underestimated. Many men, especially those who have not been properly educated about female anatomy, may focus primarily on vaginal intercourse, mistakenly believing that it is the primary source of sexual satisfaction for women. However, studies consistently show that a significant percentage of women do not reach orgasm through intercourse alone. This is largely because vaginal intercourse does not adequately stimulate the clitoral network, which is essential for most women to experience orgasm. By incorporating clitoral stimulation into sexual encounters, men can dramatically enhance their partner's sexual experience, leading to greater satisfaction, deeper emotional connections, and a more fulfilling relationship overall. The intricate nature of the clitoris also means that every woman's preferences can vary widely. Some women may prefer gentle, rhythmic stimulation that builds gradually, while others may enjoy more direct, intense contact. The key to a successful and satisfying sexual relationship is open communication and mutual exploration. Partners should feel comfortable discussing their desires and preferences, experimenting with different techniques, and learning together what brings the most pleasure. Understanding the clitoris is not just about improving sexual encounters, it's about recognizing and respecting the unique aspects of female pleasure and the complexity of the female body. By acknowledging these differences and approaching them with sensitivity and care, men can foster stronger, more intimate connections with the women in their lives. This deeper understanding can transform the sexual experience from a mere physical act into a profound expression of love and connection, enriching both partners and strengthening their bond. The clitoris, in all its complexity, is a testament to the intricate design of the female body and the profound potential for pleasure that lies within. It invites us to move beyond simplistic notions of sexuality and to embrace a more holistic and respectful approach to intimacy, one that honors the full range of human experience and the deep emotional and physical connections that define our relationships. Chapter 2: Sexuality and Aging. As women age, their sexuality does not diminish, but instead evolves in complex and often surprising ways. Contrary to the pervasive myth that aging leads to a decline in sexual desire and satisfaction, many women find that their sexual experiences become richer and more fulfilling as they grow older. This evolution in sexuality is a testament to the resilience and adaptability of the human body and mind, and it reveals much about the enduring nature of desire. One of the most shocking facts about sexuality and aging is that older women often report higher levels of sexual satisfaction than they did in their younger years. This increased satisfaction is partly due to accumulated sexual experience and a deeper understanding of their own bodies. As women age, they become more attuned to their desires and more confident in expressing their needs. This self-assuredness can lead to more fulfilling sexual encounters, as they are less likely to settle for unsatisfying experiences and more likely to seek out what truly brings them pleasure. Moreover, the aging process can bring about changes in the body that enhance sexual pleasure. For example, as estrogen levels decrease during menopause, the body compensates by increasing blood flow to the genitals, which can heighten sensitivity and arousal. This physiological change can make sexual experiences more intense and pleasurable, challenging the stereotype that aging leads to a decline in sexual function. Another surprising aspect of sexuality in older women is their openness to exploring new sexual experiences. Research has shown that women in their 50s, 60s, and beyond are often more willing to try new things in the bedroom than younger women. This willingness to explore can lead to a revitalization of sexual relationships as couples discover new ways to connect and enjoy each other. The freedom from societal pressures and the confidence that comes with age allow older women to fully embrace their sexuality, leading to a more adventurous and satisfying sex life. However, despite these positive aspects, there are still many misconceptions about aging and sexuality. One common myth is that older women no longer experience sexual desire, which is far from the truth. While hormonal changes can affect libido, many women remain sexually active and fulfilled well into their later years. In fact, studies have found that women in their 70s and 80s often continue to have satisfying sexual relationships, challenging the notion that sexual activity is solely the domain of the young. Understanding the realities of sexuality and aging is crucial for breaking down the stigmas and misconceptions that surround this topic. By recognizing that sexual desire and fulfillment do not fade with age, we can create a more inclusive and supportive environment for older women to express their sexuality. This awareness also encourages younger women to embrace their sexuality at every stage of life, knowing that it is a lifelong journey of discovery and growth. In conclusion, the relationship between aging and sexuality is complex and multifaceted, with many surprising and often overlooked aspects. Older women's sexuality is not defined by decline but by evolution, an evolution that can lead to deeper satisfaction, greater confidence, and a more profound connection with their partners. By understanding and appreciating these changes, we can better support women in their pursuit of sexual fulfillment at every stage of life. Chapter 3: Understanding Female Orgasm. The female orgasm is one of the most misunderstood and underexplored aspects of human sexuality. While it is often portrayed in the media as a straightforward and easily achievable goal, the reality is much more complex. In fact, statistics reveal that a significant percentage of women do not consistently achieve orgasm during vaginal intercourse, highlighting the importance of understanding the unique aspects of female sexual pleasure. One of the most shocking facts about the female orgasm is that it typically takes much longer for women to reach climax compared to men. On average, women require about 20 minutes of continuous stimulation to achieve orgasm, whereas men can often reach climax in just a few minutes. This disparity underscores the need for patience and attentiveness during sexual encounters, as rushing the experience can leave women unsatisfied and frustrated. Another surprising aspect of the female orgasm is the importance of clitoral stimulation. While vaginal intercourse can be pleasurable, it often does not provide the necessary stimulation to the clitoris, which is essential for most women to reach orgasm. This is why many women report that they are more likely to orgasm during oral sex or manual stimulation, where the clitoris is the focus of attention. Despite this, many men remain unaware of the clitoris's role in female sexual pleasure, leading to a disconnect in sexual satisfaction. The complexity of the female orgasm also extends to its psychological components. Unlike men, whose orgasms are primarily driven by physical stimulation, women's orgasms are often deeply connected to their emotional state. Factors such as stress, anxiety, and relationship dynamics can all influence a woman's ability to orgasm. This means that creating a supportive and loving environment is just as important as the physical aspects of sex. When women feel emotionally connected to their partners, they are more likely to experience intense and satisfying orgasms. Furthermore, the female orgasm is not a one-size-fits-all experience. Some women are capable of experiencing multiple orgasms in a single sexual encounter, while others may require longer breaks between orgasms. There is also a wide range of orgasmic experiences, from intense, full-body sensations to more subtle, localized pleasure. Understanding and embracing this diversity is key to creating a fulfilling sexual relationship. Despite the importance of the female orgasm, it is often overlooked or misunderstood in sexual education and media. This lack of understanding can lead to dissatisfaction and frustration in relationships, as women may feel pressured to fake orgasms or remain silent about their needs. To counter this, open communication and mutual exploration are essential. Partners should feel comfortable discussing their desires and experimenting with different techniques to discover what brings the most pleasure. In summary, the female orgasm is a complex and multifaceted experience that requires a deep understanding of both physical and psychological factors. By taking the time to learn about the intricacies of female sexual pleasure, men can become more attentive and supportive partners, leading to a more satisfying and fulfilling sexual relationship. Recognizing the unique aspects of the female orgasm also empowers women to embrace their sexuality and advocate for their needs, ensuring that they experience the full range of pleasure that their bodies are capable of. Chapter 4: Masturbation and Sexual Regret in Older Adults. Masturbation is a natural and common practice across all age groups, but it carries different connotations and consequences as people age. For older adults, masturbation is not only a means of sexual satisfaction, but also a complex topic tied to feelings of regret, shame, and unfulfilled desires. These emotions are often rooted in societal attitudes toward aging and sexuality, which can create a sense of taboo around the subject. One of the most shocking facts about masturbation in older adults is the prevalence of sexual regret. Studies have shown that many older adults, particularly those who were raised in conservative or religious environments, experience feelings of guilt or shame after masturbating. These emotions are often linked to long-held beliefs that masturbation is morally wrong or a sign of sexual inadequacy. However, these beliefs are largely unfounded, as masturbation is a healthy and normal part of sexual expression at any age. Despite the stigma, masturbation can have numerous benefits for older adults. It allows them to maintain sexual function, explore their desires, and experience pleasure without the need for a partner. For many older women, masturbation is a way to reconnect with their bodies and rediscover their sexual identities after years of focusing on the needs of others. It can also serve as a form of self-care, providing a sense of relaxation and emotional release. However, the feelings of regret and shame that some older adults experience can be deeply damaging to their self-esteem and overall well-being. These emotions can lead to a cycle of avoidance, where individuals shy away from sexual activity altogether, fearing the negative feelings that may follow. This avoidance can exacerbate feelings of loneliness and isolation, particularly for those who are no longer in romantic relationships. To overcome these negative emotions, it is essential to challenge the societal norms and beliefs that contribute to sexual shame. Open and honest discussions about sexuality, particularly in older adults, can help to break down the barriers of stigma and allow individuals to embrace their sexual identities without fear of judgment. It is also important for older adults to seek out information and support from healthcare providers who can offer guidance on sexual health and well-being. In relationships, masturbation can also play a positive role by complementing partnered sexual activity. Couples who openly discuss and share their experiences with masturbation often find that it enhances their sexual connection and leads to greater intimacy. By viewing masturbation as a normal and healthy part of their sexual lives, older adults can reduce feelings of regret and instead focus on the positive aspects of their sexuality. In conclusion, masturbation in older adults is a topic that is often shrouded in secrecy and shame, but it is an important aspect of sexual health and well-being. By addressing the feelings of regret and challenging the societal norms that contribute to sexual shame, older adults can embrace their sexuality with confidence and joy. Masturbation is not something to be ashamed of, but rather a natural and beneficial practice that can enhance sexual satisfaction and emotional well-being at any age. Chapter 5: The Clitoris and Aging, Myths versus Reality. As women age, their bodies undergo various changes, and these changes can significantly impact sexual function and pleasure. One of the most misunderstood aspects of female sexuality is how aging affects the clitoris and overall sexual satisfaction. Many myths and misconceptions surround this topic, leading to unnecessary fears and anxieties. Understanding the truth about the clitoris and aging is crucial for maintaining a healthy and fulfilling sex life throughout a woman's life. One of the most prevalent myths is that the clitoris loses sensitivity as women age. This misconception suggests that older women experience less sexual pleasure because their clitoris becomes less responsive over time. However, research has shown that the clitoris remains highly sensitive and capable of providing intense pleasure well into a woman's later years. While some changes in sensation might occur, these are often related to other factors such as hormonal shifts, health conditions, or changes in sexual activity, rather than an inherent decline in clitoral sensitivity. Another common myth is that older women are less interested in sex due to a decrease in libido. This belief is often tied to the assumption that sexual desire naturally diminishes with age, particularly after menopause. While it is true that hormonal changes can influence libido, many women report maintaining a strong interest in sex well into their 60s, 70s, and beyond. In fact, some women experience a renewed sense of sexual freedom and confidence as they age, free from the concerns of pregnancy and societal pressures. The idea that aging inevitably leads to a decline in sexual interest is a simplistic and inaccurate portrayal of female sexuality. The resilience of the clitoris is another surprising fact that contradicts common myths. Unlike other parts of the body that may weaken or deteriorate over time, the clitoris is built to last. It is composed of erectile tissue that remains responsive to stimulation throughout a woman's life. This resilience means that older women can continue to experience sexual pleasure, often with the same intensity as in their younger years. However, maintaining sexual activity is key to preserving this function. Just as with any other part of the body, use it or lose it applies to sexual health, meaning that regular sexual activity can help keep the clitoris and other sexual organs functioning optimally. One of the more shocking truths about aging and sexual pleasure is how deeply societal attitudes impact women's perceptions of their sexuality. The pervasive myth that older women are not sexual beings can lead to a self-fulfilling prophecy, where women internalize these beliefs and feel less confident or less entitled to sexual pleasure. This societal stigma can discourage older women from seeking out sexual experiences or discussing their sexual needs with their partners. In reality, embracing sexuality at any age is vital for maintaining a sense of self-worth and emotional well-being. Another myth is the idea that vaginal dryness, a common symptom of menopause, is a barrier to sexual satisfaction for older women. While it is true that hormonal changes can lead to decreased natural lubrication, this issue can often be easily addressed with the use of lubricants or hormonal treatments. Vaginal dryness does not mean that sexual pleasure is out of reach, it simply requires a bit of adjustment and communication with a partner. Addressing this issue openly can help older women continue to enjoy a fulfilling sex life without discomfort. Finally, the myth that the clitoris stops growing or developing after a certain age is incorrect. The clitoris continues to undergo subtle changes throughout a woman's life, with some research suggesting that it may even increase in size as women age. This growth is not typically noticeable, but it underscores the dynamic nature of female sexual anatomy. Understanding that the clitoris evolves over time can help women feel more connected to their bodies and more empowered to explore their sexuality at any age. In conclusion, the myths surrounding the clitoris and aging are numerous, but the reality is far more empowering. The clitoris remains a vital and responsive part of female sexual anatomy throughout a woman's life, capable of providing intense pleasure and contributing to overall sexual satisfaction. By debunking these myths, women can feel more confident in their sexual experiences and continue to enjoy a fulfilling and vibrant sex life, regardless of age. Chapter 6: The Psychological Impact of Sexual Satisfaction. Sexual satisfaction is not just a physical experience, it has profound psychological implications that can affect a woman's overall well-being. The relationship between sexual satisfaction and mental health is intricate, with a positive sexual experience contributing to greater emotional stability, self-esteem, and relationship satisfaction. Conversely, sexual dissatisfaction can lead to a range of psychological issues, including anxiety, depression, and a diminished sense of self-worth. One of the most shocking facts about sexual satisfaction is how deeply it influences a woman's mental health. Studies have shown that women who regularly experience satisfying sexual encounters report lower levels of stress, anxiety, and depression. This correlation is largely due to the release of endorphins and oxytocin during orgasm, which act as natural mood enhancers. These chemicals not only provide a temporary boost in happiness, but also promote a long-term sense of well-being and emotional resilience. On the other hand, a lack of sexual satisfaction can have the opposite effect. Women who struggle to achieve orgasm or who feel unfulfilled in their sexual relationships may experience feelings of inadequacy and frustration. These emotions can lead to a negative self-image, which in turn can exacerbate mental health issues. Over time, the cycle of dissatisfaction and emotional distress can become deeply ingrained, affecting every aspect of a woman's life, from her work to her personal relationships. The psychological impact of sexual satisfaction also extends to relationships. Couples who enjoy a fulfilling sex life often report higher levels of intimacy and emotional connection. This bond is reinforced by the mutual pleasure they experience, which fosters trust, communication, and a deeper understanding of each other's needs. In contrast, couples who are sexually dissatisfied may struggle with feelings of disconnect and resentment, which can erode the foundation of their relationship over time. Another surprising aspect of sexual satisfaction is its role in shaping a woman's identity. For many women, a fulfilling sex life is closely tied to their sense of femininity and self-worth. When women feel desired and satisfied, they are more likely to embrace their sexual identity and feel confident in their interactions with others. This confidence can extend beyond the bedroom, influencing how they perceive themselves in their professional and social lives. However, the pressure to achieve sexual satisfaction can also have a negative psychological impact. In a society that often emphasizes sexual performance and gratification, women may feel pressure to conform to certain standards or to prioritize their partner's pleasure over their own. This can lead to feelings of inadequacy and guilt, particularly if they are unable to meet these expectations. It is important for women to recognize that sexual satisfaction is a personal and individual experience, and that it is okay to prioritize their own needs and desires. In conclusion, the psychological impact of sexual satisfaction is far-reaching, influencing everything from mental health to relationship dynamics. By understanding the connection between sexual pleasure and emotional well-being, women can take steps to ensure that their sexual experiences are fulfilling and positive. This may involve open communication with their partner, exploring new ways to enhance their sexual satisfaction, or seeking professional help if needed. Ultimately, recognizing and prioritizing sexual satisfaction is an important aspect of maintaining overall psychological health and well-being. Chapter 7: Myths and Misconceptions about Female Sexuality. Female sexuality is surrounded by a myriad of myths and misconceptions that have persisted for centuries. These false beliefs not only misrepresent the true nature of female sexual desire and pleasure, but also contribute to a culture of misunderstanding and stigmatization. Challenging these myths is essential for creating a more informed and respectful discourse around female sexuality, and for empowering women to embrace their sexual identities without fear or shame. One of the most pervasive myths about female sexuality is the belief that women are less sexual than men. This stereotype is rooted in outdated gender roles that portray women as passive or uninterested in sex, while men are seen as the more sexually driven gender. However, research has consistently shown that women's sexual desire is just as strong and complex as men's. In fact, studies have found that women experience sexual arousal in response to a wider range of stimuli than men, indicating a highly nuanced and multifaceted sexual appetite. Another shocking myth is the idea that women reach their sexual peak in their 30s or 40s, after which their desire supposedly declines. While it is true that many women report increased sexual confidence and satisfaction during these years, there is no evidence to suggest that sexual desire inevitably wanes with age. On the contrary, many women continue to enjoy a fulfilling sex life well into their later years. The notion of a sexual peak is a simplistic view that fails to account for the diverse and evolving nature of female sexuality. The misconception that vaginal intercourse is the primary or only way for women to experience sexual pleasure is another damaging myth. As previously discussed, the clitoris plays a central role in female orgasm, yet many sexual encounters focus solely on penetration. This narrow view of sexual pleasure can leave many women feeling unsatisfied and frustrated as their needs are not being fully met. Understanding that sexual pleasure is not limited to intercourse is key to fostering a more inclusive and satisfying sexual experience for women. Another common myth is the belief that women who enjoy sex are somehow less moral or less respectable than those who do not. This double standard has its roots in patriarchal societies that sought to control women's sexuality by promoting the idea that sexual desire in women was unnatural or shameful. Today, this myth continues to influence societal attitudes, leading to the stigmatization of women who are open about their sexual desires. Challenging this belief is crucial for creating a culture where women can express their sexuality freely and without judgment. The misconception that women do not enjoy casual sex as much as men is another myth that has been widely debunked by research. While societal norms and expectations may influence women's willingness to engage in casual sex, studies have shown that women are just as capable of enjoying it as men, provided that the encounter is consensual and respectful. The idea that women are inherently more emotionally attached or less interested in casual sex is a stereotype that fails to recognize the diversity of women's sexual experiences. Finally, the myth that women's sexual pleasure is solely their partner's responsibility is a damaging misconception that can lead to feelings of inadequacy and frustration in relationships. While it is important for partners to be attentive and supportive, women must also take ownership of their own sexual pleasure. This means understanding their bodies, communicating their desires, and exploring what brings them pleasure. By taking an active role in their sexual experiences, women can ensure that their needs are met and that they are fully satisfied. In conclusion, the myths and misconceptions surrounding female sexuality are numerous and deeply ingrained in our culture. Challenging these false beliefs is essential for creating a more accurate and respectful understanding of women's sexual desires and needs. By dispelling these myths, we can empower women to embrace their sexuality with confidence and pride, and to seek out the sexual experiences that bring them the most pleasure and satisfaction. As we've explored in this episode, female sexuality is far more complex and resilient than many of the myths and misconceptions suggest. From the intricate structure of the clitoris to the realities of aging and sexual pleasure, understanding the true nature of women's sexual health can be both enlightening and empowering. The Stoics believed in the importance of self-awareness and knowledge as a path to a fulfilling life. By applying this wisdom to the realm of female sexuality, we can see how vital it is to dispel false beliefs and embrace the realities of our bodies. The more we know, the better equipped we are to cultivate healthy, satisfying relationships that honor both partners' needs and desires. Remember, the key to unlocking sexual pleasure lies in communication, understanding, and a willingness to explore without judgment. Whether you're in a long-term relationship or navigating new experiences, these insights can help you approach your sexual health with confidence and curiosity. If you found these facts as eye-opening as we did, be sure to watch our video to the end, like, subscribe, and share your thoughts or experiences in the comments below. Your story might just be the one that resonates with someone else and helps them on their journey. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep embracing the complexities that make us human.